What is going on, folks, and welcome back to another John Deere, the good, the bad, the ugly. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the John Deere 9R series and see exactly what it's got in store for us. That being said, let's actually jump in the store and you guys can see the ginormous amount of options this tractor actually has. So, coming in here to tractors, we have the 9R series starting at a whopping $331,000, starting at 370 horsepower. Jumping in, we have steel tanks, we have poly tanks, and we have RX tanks. So those are the fuel tanks. They're located right there. And I'll show you guys the difference between them once we come back into the game. We have a plethora of different engine setups. The 370R, the 420R, the 470R, 520R, the 570R, the 620R. So anywhere from 370 horsepower up to 620. And then you have them all in the RX series. Okay? Actually, the 370 is not available as a RX. It only starts at the 410, I believe it was. 420, sorry. Wheel setups. We have 800 singles, 710 duals, 710 duals wheel weights, 800 duals, 800 dual wheel weights, 900 duals, 900 dual wheel weights, 22 duals, 22 duals wheel weights, 30 duals, 30 duals wheel weights. Then you have your 22 triples. Holy man, I can't keep reading them all. You guys can see it. 30 triples, the wheel weights. Then you have crawlers, your everyday average crawlers, and your row tracks. Now although they are row tracks, they are actually row track crawlers, okay? For design, we have normal exhaust and rain cap exhaust. So, I've purchased a few tractors, as I always do. And let's start taking a look at them and see if we can point out some of the differences, the pluses and the minuses, and we'll go from there. So, starting with our first tractor, we have the 9370R. It's got the steel tanks on the back of it. It's got 800 singles and normal exhaust. Now, if I have to be honest, I don't like that the singles still have the axles coming out of the sides. Now, I don't know what all it entails in real life, but I would think that that would be removable. And if I want to run singles, the whole reason I want singles is for a narrower wheelbase, and that, in fact, is going to widen it. So I would like to see those gone if you select the single option. I'm going to hit my spacebar so you guys can see the IC. That way you can see my mouse, and you can see that this is the steel tank that I was talking about earlier. That is your fuel tank, okay? And this is the poly tank or plastic tank. That is the other option. Moving around, we have normal exhaust on this one. So you can see the pipe comes out and it comes straight forward. Versus over on this one here, we've got a rain cap. And we'll fire them both up so you can see the difference. Let's just take a quick minute to actually look at the tractor and see what kind of detail we've got. And by George, we've got a lot of detail. It's very well done. All in all, I shouldn't be complaining about this mod. Obviously, I'm not a huge John Deere fan. In fact, I don't usually run this size of tractor either. But it really is well done. Let's jump in cab now, and I gotta thank Doughboy here real quick because he's the one who pointed out that it's because I had my HUD hider on that I wasn't able to showcase IC for you, and this tractor does have IC, so I will be able to show it to you. We have telescoping steering wheel, telescopic, as well as tilt. We can move our seat back, turn it back, move the armrest up and down, and I believe that was it. The windows all stay shut. There is no sunroof in this cab. But yeah, so it does have IC for those of you who are into that as well. The mirrors do work on the inside. Let's just fire it up here real quick. That's just showing you that the screens do work, and we've actually got functioning gauges on both the pillar and the screen, and then it actually shows you what gear you're in, whether it's reverse or forward. Now that being said, I do want to make note that though it does have that nice little option, it is not Gearbox Mod ready. That's not the end of the world, but just thought I'd point that out. All in all, though, the inside of this tractor seems to be very well done. What you'd expect from a top tier tractor, nothing to complain about in regards to the interior. Let's move on to the next tractor now. Just take a quick second, and you heard it start up there, and the shutdown. Very clean there, and actually that shutdown sound lasted quite a bit longer than I expected, but that's to be expected from a real tractor. I guess you guys got a quick peek at the lights there. What I do want to point out is that you can see the wheels are running into each other. That means that your dual wheels do not have collisions. Actually, kind of half in one of the wheels. So that disappoints me. That's a big negative on my part. What's the point in having dual wheels if they don't actually function in the simulator side of things? Okay, so I just actually moved the tractor beside the next tractor because I want to point out a couple different things. One, I forgot to show you guys what the rain cap exhaust looks like. So you can see it fire up there, and actually it goes up as you hit the throttle, and it goes down as you let off of it. Next thing I wanted to point out was the difference between the RX tanks and the non-RX tanks. So the RX tanks have this green spot right here, which I'm guessing is a toolbox of some sort. And the non-RX also has 2 fill ports versus 1. Not sure why you wouldn't want the extra fill port, but that's beyond me, I guess. So this one here also had the 710 dual, so they're slightly smaller than the ones over there. Just thought I'd point that out. Moving on to the next tractor. This one here is the 9420 RX. I'm still trying to figure out what the difference is between the RX and the non-RX. The horsepower ratings are the same. I'm sure there's something visually that I'm missing, and if anybody knows what that is, please let me know in the description or in the comments down below. One thing I wanted to point out with this particular one is it is rocking the rear wheel weights, and I thought it's cool that they actually picked up on the fact that when you're running rear wheel weights, you're probably not going to want front weights, so they have removed it from the front of it. Next in line, we're rocking the 22 wheels, and I just wanted to show them to you. I'm going to pull this out ahead so you can see how much narrower they are. And then there's also the 30 wheels, which I never pulled out, which maybe I should have, to see what the difference is. My guess is that they're a little bit taller, but again, I didn't purchase them. Next in line is the 9520 RX. It's rocking your regular crawler wheels, all in all, essentially what you would expect. Next up, we have the row crop crawler wheels. Well, I guess they're not wheels, but you know what I'm trying to get at here. And it's actually a pretty slick looking machine, if you ask me. One thing we haven't done yet was we haven't checked out our lights. I mean, you guys got a couple quick peeks there, but... So that is... Actually, let's do this methodically. So there's your front working lights. There's your rear working lights. Sorry, the first ones were just your front headlights. And now you've got your front working lights. And they are really bright. You would expect that from a tractor like this. And by George, they are above par. Also, we have left and right signals, as well as beacons. So all in all, pretty good there. Next thing I want to do, we want to take a look at the log real quick, and I actually do have, I think, one extra mod, the Gearbox mod in there that I don't usually have in. So just ignore that. Scrolling up. We've got a clean log, folks. So that's a plus. No marks deducted there. Next thing on the list of things to do, as always, jump out a game, throw full dirt on them, and see what they look like. Alright, so we're back, and we've got full mud on all but one of the tractors. It would appear that I missed one of them. So let's just do a quick look around. And so far, I don't love what I see. It's not horribly done. I feel like it's a bit too much, and it's kind of can't decide whether or not it's mud or dirt. But it's not horrible. There are some points that don't have mud. The extenders, right here. The beacons right there. Whatever that's supposed to be right in there does not have mud, as well as none of the glass has mud either. Jumping in cab, no mud on the floor. We do have mud on the frame of the door, just not actually the glass. It doesn't appear to have any mud on the exterior mirrors either. Moving across the tractors. Good news is the wheels all seem to be fairly well done. Yeah, they seem to have done those very well. So, I guess now's the point in time where I give you guys a final verdict. I'm going to give this 4 stars. As you guys know, I do have a fairly high standard. There's just a couple things that kind of get me. One, the dual wheels, they're non-collidable. That drives me bonkers. 2, mud textures, they need some work. They're missing in some places. And 3 is the single wheel 9370 like this one, where it's got the axle sticking out there. I'd like to see those removed. So that's what we're going with today. You guys can download the mod from the description, or the link in the description below. If you like what you saw, go ahead, hit that like button and subscribe. Don't forget to check out PCSG and 3Dudes Gaming. And until next time, y'all have a great night. See ya!